to stop chasing women who only remember your name when they're bored, to stop trying to prove your worth to someone who never deserved to see it. She's not confused. She knows you want her. She just doesn't feel your value anymore, and that's not her fault. It's yours. You handed her your heart before she earned a single beat of it. This isn't about being cold. It's about being respected. This is the last time you wait for her text, the last time you replay every word she said. You're not here to be picked. You're here to be remembered, so sit down, listen closely. Because after this, you'll never beg for love again. You'll attract it. Like, subscribe, share this with the brother still chasing someone who only gives him silence. You've only got 7 minutes. That's it. 7 minutes to shift everything. If you want her, really want her, this is where the game ends and the truth begins. No more advice from guys who have never even looked in the eyes of the kind of woman you're thinking about. No more pickup lines. No more pretending you're someone you're not. This isn't a how-to, it's a wake-up call, because most men will never get her. Not because they weren't handsome enough, or rich enough, or funny enough. No, most men lose because they chase her like a beggar instead of becoming the kind of man she can't ignore. If she's been in your head all day, if you keep checking your phone, hoping she finally sees you, if your stomach twists when she leaves your messages on read, then sit still, don't scroll, don't flinch, listen, because something deep inside you already knows. You weren't made to chase. You were made to become unforgettable. You want her too much, and she feels it. That's the first wound you don't even know you're bleeding from. It's not wrong to want her. It's not wrong to be drawn to her. But the moment she feels that you need her more than you need yourself, she starts to pull away, not because she's cruel, but because women don't respond to desperation. They respond to power. She can sense it in your body, the way you hesitate, the way you over-explain your texts, the way you just check in. That's not desire, that's dependency. And dependency isn't love, it's self-abandonment. And she can't respect a man who makes her his oxygen, because oxygen doesn't chase. Oxygen is inhaled. It's necessary, not needy. And if she feels like she owns your attention, she'll never fight for your affection. So ask yourself, do you want her, or are you addicted to being wanted? Are you chasing her, or are you running from the empty space inside you? If it's the second, you're not loving her, you're using her. You're using her to silence your loneliness, to fill in the spaces of yourself you still haven't built. And that's not attractive, it's dangerous to your identity and to your soul. And you don't win her by impressing her, you win her by confusing her. That's what you've been doing wrong. You try to be the nice guy. You explain everything you feel. You pour your heart out, thinking that if she knows how deep your care runs, she'll finally see you. But that's not how it works. Women don't fall for the guy who gives them all the answers. They fall for the one who makes them question everything. She doesn't want a man who plays it safe. She wants one who makes her feel unsafe. And the best way, she wants to wonder what you're thinking, to feel pulled into your silence, to read between your words and search your eyes for meaning. When you tell her too much, when you show her every thought, every feeling, every intention, you become predictable, and predictable is boring. Say less, feel more. Let your presence do what your words can't. Let her feel everything without saying anything. Make her guess, make her spiral, not because you're being toxic, but because you're no longer feeding her control. Let her miss the way your energy shifted a room. Let her wonder why she can't stop thinking about you, even when you're not there. That's not manipulation, that's masculine mystery, and mystery is magnetic. Attraction doesn't live in availability, it lives in distance. In absence, in the cold space you're afraid to create. You've made yourself too available. That's the root of your pain. You show up before she even finishes typing. You like every post. You watch her stories like she's a celebrity and you're just a fan. She knows it, she feels it, and she doesn't respect it, because you're not a man anymore. You're a mirror reflecting her ego. Scarcity creates desire, so disappear, not to punish her, but to return to yourself. Let her feel the absence of your warmth. Let her wake up one morning and wonder why her phone is quieter. Let her remember what it felt like to be seen by you and realize she took it for granted, not out of cruelty, but out of comfort. And nothing kills desire like comfort. Stop texting first. Stop reacting to her crumbs of attention. Stop orbiting her life like a forgotten moon. Be the sun. Pull back your gravity and let her feel cold. Let her remember that your warmth wasn't a guarantee, it was a gift, because the moment she moves from knowing you want her to wondering if you still do, the game changes. You've been told women want looks, money, muscles, status. They don't, not really. They want energy, the kind of energy that makes them feel safe, but never bored, chosen, but never owned, desired, but never possessed. Women fall for energy. They fall for the stillness in your silence, for the certainty in your gaze, for the depth behind the words you never say. When you walk into a room and your posture speaks louder than your mouth, she notices. When your tone stays calm even when she's testing you, she feels it. When you don't flinch, don't chase, don't explain, she leans in, not because you're trying to get her, but because she's trying to understand you. And that's where the power lies, in your detachment, in your stillness, in your calm refusal to be shaken. That's what makes her feel. That's what pulls her in. Not your compliments, not your gifts. Your presence, your mystery, your unshakable sense of self. That's what awakens her feminine core. So stop convincing her. That's your final mistake. You try to argue your worth, to explain your love, to prove you're the one. You don't win her by convincing. You win her by walking away, not to make her chase, but because you finally know your worth. You let her sit with the silence. Let her wonder why you haven't reached out. Let her feel the echo of your absence, and make her face the truth. She either steps up or loses you, and if she doesn't come back, good, because she was never ready for the man you're becoming. You weren't chasing her. You were chasing the lie that you weren't enough, and now you're done with that. You're done begging for love that should have been mutual, done explaining your heart to someone who never listened, done proving your value to someone who never looked in your direction until every other man failed her. She'll think of you when no one else excites her, when the men who once made her laugh can't keep her attention, when the texts go dry, when the attention fades, when silence becomes louder than noise. That's when she'll think of you, not the version who chased, but the one who walked away with dignity, with mystery, with power. The man she couldn't quite figure out, but couldn't forget either, so don't chase her. Become the man she thinks about when she's alone at 2 a.m., the man who lingers in her mind even when her bed is full of other names. Be unforgettable, be rare, be the one who never begged, but was always wanted. Comment, "I'm done chasing." If this hit your chest, hit that like. Subscribe if you're ready to become the kind of man who doesn't need love to feel worthy, but attracts it by the weight of his soul. And share this with the brother who's still breaking himself for a girl who never even saw his crown. This was never about her. It was always about you, about waking you up, about reminding you who you are before you forgot. Before you gave yourself away. This isn't heartbreak, it's rebirth. The man you're becoming doesn't chase, he leads, he builds, He waits for no one, and yet they all remember him. Walk away, not to punish, but to protect what's sacred. Your peace, your presence, your power, she'll remember you not because you stayed, but because you left with silence and never looked back. And in that silence, you became unforgettable.